What do you do in Frankfurt?
Project manager for an IT company.
For
an IT company.
An IT company. Yeah. Where would we be without computers?
Yeah.
And yourself, young lady, what do you do back in Germany?
I live in Hamburg.
In Hamburg?
I'm a student there, yeah.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying media communication.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something. Because I'm thinking, because of that thing you have in your hand.
Yes.
The media, as it is going through some incredible changes, that I think it's to the point, what do we need media for right now, for all becoming journalists? If we're all walking around with cameras that can catch things in real time and then immediately live stream them,
yes,
and so we can interpret what's happening at ourselves, what's going on. If we can visit locations and just, have secret cameras or just film whatever's going on. Where does that put media? I mean, what changes? I mean, how are you going to survive? I mean, where is that going to go?
Well, let me tell you something. We took a trip from Chicago all the way to Salt Lake City through Yellowstone, and sometimes we were just happy to put the camera aside and just be in the moment to really see the nature. And I think there are two sides to it. So.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly believe that we've gotten too addicted to technology, and we need to put it down. I mean, do exactly what you're saying and get back. But that was my question. My question is, the media itself seems to be going, because no one believes these guys anymore. I mean,
yeah, true.
In Germany, they do still believe it, but here in the States, they don't.
Well, there's a famous, and I got him back here. I can put him on the screen. I think he quit but he was like your Peter Jennings, right? 25 years on TV. And he came out, it was about a year ago, I got him on there, and he gave like a 30-minute dissertation. I think it was on RT. He said, for 25 years, I've been lying to you. I have signed my name to articles that the CIA wrote. I didn't write a word of them. And he went through a half hour of confessions. And he said the reason he's doing is he had 4 heart attacks. He says, look, I ain't got much left. He says, I can't do this anymore. I can't lie to you. I've been deceiving you for 25 years. So, as I'm saying, where is the credibility anymore? How can people trust anybody in the media now? When we know, even if you go back to the church committee hearings, where, the media has been infiltrated by CIA for, since we knew since 75 during the church committee hearings.
So this is your stand kind of posting, requesting us to rethink what media tells us, or
I rethink a lot of things. I think we've been lied to such an extent that even our basic beliefs can be shattered. Just look at things like 9/11. We know it's an inside job, but we got these guys telling us differently. So, I've just talked to a gentleman here, he's a musician, said as a kid, when he saw these buildings come down, he said, those buildings didn't come down because of the airplanes. They were blown up. I was a kid when he says, now, and so enough studying it, you look into it, and it's easy to see. So why are the journalists lying to us? Why, to this day, can't they see what laymen can see on the street? Why can global warming?
I think it might be good for you. Have you ever been to Europe?
No.
You should travel to Europe.
Why?
And talk to people there. Because
I talk to people from Europe here every day.
Yeah, but I think it's a different spirit you get there, and you have a lot more interaction because these questions are very U.S. focused. In Germany, these questions are openly discussed, and there's not a question, is it man-made or where does it come from?
And what do you believe? Do you believe it's man-made?
Of course it's man-made.
It is? Then answer me this question. Because I helped start in 1971 the Institute for Environmental Alternatives with Professor Ron Cohn. I have probably forgotten more about climate and environment than most people know. And I've been asking this one fundamental question to every single global warming believer, and I cannot get this answer. If you were to simply search on your computer right now, history of weather modification programs, you will find documented evidence going back to 1891 of private and government programs to manipulate the weather and climate. In 1954, now this is all documented, as I said, you can look it up. In 1954, Eisenhower started the Department of Weather and Climate Modification. In 1961, President Eisenhower, in a speech you can look at right now on YouTube, that he said, "We will use today's technology to control the weather." That's a quote. 1968 to 72, we used weather weapons in Vietnam. The world found out about that, became so incensed that in 1974 they passed the UN Weather Weapons Treaty, banning the use of weather weapons. A leaked document in 1997, Air Force document stating, "Weather as a false multiplier, controlling the weather by 2025." 2,500-page document you can peruse that goes through all the different methods they use to control the weather. So it is, without a doubt, that we have weather modification programs. We spend billions of dollars on them. The point is, knowing that we can control or influence the weather, why have I never heard once any of these weather modification programs mentioned in any global warming conversation? Can you answer that question for me?
So your theory is that if we are able to change the weather, which we are, I'm aware of that fact, you think we could also dial down the temperatures? Worldwide.
Theory, again, is that we don't know what they're doing, because if you study this and get into it, look into the scientific papers, programs like HAARP, HAARP, right? High Altitude Aurora Research Project, where they have huge, like, microwave, 130 acres of these microwave, like, antennas. Yeah. That shoot up and heat up a portion of the... Now, they brag about this. I mean, you can go and listen. They brag about it. Heat up a portion of the ionosphere. They generate that back down to a portion of the... wherever they want. They can create droughts, monsoons, hurricanes, guide the hurricanes, right? I mean, so in addition to the geoengineering or chemtrailing that we can readily see with our own eyes, you see the crisscrossing patterns that never leave. So barium, strontium, beryllium, aluminum, a lot of aluminum, are being sprayed in the sky with no public debate. No one's talking about what this has to do to our health, to the crops, to anything else. Again, if indeed man, and I really agree, man is messing with the climate and weather, but not in the way they're talking about. Why? Because here's another question you can answer me. Or none of your, oh gee, we believe in global warming, people in Europe.
Let me just rephrase that, because it's not believing global warming as if it's a religion or whatever. It's believing that man is manipulating in either way, whether it is forced or by consummation of products that cause a bad pollution or whatever, influencing the development of the weather.
Thank you, and you're absolutely right.
So that's what I'm saying.
It could be a combination of all the things, and the fact that there is known that the sun is expanding as we speak. We're getting hit by solar storms like crazy. So this has obviously an effect on our weather and the planet that can explain the volcanic reactions, the eruptions we're seeing, the earthquakes, all of it. But here's a fundamental thing: why CO2?
But I have to admit, we need to get going because we want to see some more lovely spots of this city. But
I would highly recommend you start researching what I'm saying. CO2 is not the boogeyman. I mean, to say
Understood.
that,
We'll take
you know.
that along. I thank you very much for the inspiration and different view to it.
Yeah.
I truly believe that you should save up money and go to Europe and have these conversations with different people in Europe.
I'm scared to go to Europe now. You got too many Muslims.
Maybe they have a different view on that.
Oh, that's why I'm scared to go there.